It's time for Community Matters, a service of TCB Broadcasting, and it's sponsored by Vidalia Federal in Lyons and Vidalia, Todd Paget Housing Center in Claxton. Now let's see what's happening in our community with host Tony Doc Wardlaw.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to this edition of Community Matters. I'm your host, the Doc, and we are here on this beautiful Wednesday morning. It is so beautiful outside, and the beauty is radiating, I think, from inside this studio, because on this morning, as promised, we have another great show for you. We have in the studio with us the beauty herself, none other than Miss Kylin Miller. How you doing this morning?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, for all of you who are out there in radio land, you're going to have to go on our website now to take a look at this beautiful young lady. Miss Kylin Miller is none other than Miss Vidalia Onion. Well, how does it feel?
It's still so surreal, and it has not sunk in yet, honestly. Mm-hmm. Like, I've been Miss Vidalia Onions for a week, almost 2 now, and it is still so unreal. Like, I've waited my whole life for this. Miss Vidalia Onion has always been a big part of my life, and this has been a long time coming for sure.
Wow. Well, you certainly look the part, no doubt about it, but in fact, you have been in and out of beauty pageants for most of your life. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. I've been doing pageants since I was 18 months, and I will be 18 in September, so
oh my,
a long time.
Well, along the way, 18 months, I had to that kind of stunned me there for a minute. I mean, you were barely able to walk.
Barely, but my mom told my dad my dad told my mom that I could not do a pageant until I told him that I wanted to do one. So I'm pretty sure the first word I said was pageant, so that
Look
I could do
at
a
here,
pageant.
not dad, not mama, pageant. Yeah,
Pageant.
that sounds about right. The lovely Miss Kylin Miller, you are now 18 years old.
I will be in September, yes.
You'll be 18 in September, and you have been doing pageants literally almost all your life.
Yes, almost my entire life. That is so crazy to think about. I don't think I've ever really said that out loud and really thought about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, your first pageant, can you remember it? Not
at all. Not even in the slightest bit. The only thing that I really know about when I first started doing pageants was when I was younger. I want to say it was at the Vidalia Onion pageant, actually. Mm-hmm. I walked on stage, and I was standing there, and I was scared to death. Mm-hmm. And my mom was like, "All right, Kylin, go." And I just walked off stage.
Wow.
I just left. Like, I remember her telling me stories about that, and I really do want to say it was at the Vidalia Onion pageant. Like, I have done this pageant every year since I was 18 months, other than 2. Mm-hmm. The first time was because I was Miss Vidalia Onion Sprout in 2016, mm-hmm. and then last year because I was Miss Georgia Sweet Onion. So I couldn't.
Wow.
I wasn't eligible to compete.
So you weren't eligible to compete because you had those other crowns.
Yes.
But other than that, you've done it every year.
Every year.
Is this your first year winning?
So Vidalia Onion Sprout used to be like what they called, it used to be the cycle of an onion. Like mm-hmm. every age division was a different cycle of the onion. And so the year I won, I was Miss Vidalia Onion Sprout. Mm-hmm. And then the next year is when they changed it to Little Miss Vidalia Onion, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And so now I'm Miss Vidalia Onion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said that's crazy.
That is wild.
Because
I was so young, and I've always wanted to be Miss Vidalia Onion. My Miss Queen was Deanna Johnson, and she went on. She was from our small town, and she mm-hmm. went on to be on American Idol, and so it really is such a powerful message for me. Like, mm-hmm. you are so much more than just a local title holder. You can be so much greater than that, and it's really an honor to be Miss Vidalia Onion.
Preach now. I told you to let the Spirit lead you, and I think you're doing it. So, I just want to kind of do like I want to go chronologically throughout your life. I want all of our listeners to hear your path to Miss Vidalia Onion. Okay, so you started at 18 months.
I did.
You don't remember your earlier pageants. Do you recall, or do you know if you won? Do you remember your first pageant that you actually won?
I want to say it was the very first pageant I did.
You have your mother in here.
Yeah,
And
I'm like looking at
she's
her
cueing
trying
you
to
in
tell.
and
Yeah.
saying, even though you cannot remember, you won your first pageant.
Yes, and I want to say
Wow.
it was Miss Georgia Timberland's. I took my crown off and threw it on the ground. So that was.
You took your crown off and threw it on
Threw
the
it
ground.
on the ground. Yeah, I think I was scared. I'm pretty
Uh-huh.
sure I remember my mom telling me like I was scared of everybody clapping and cheering and being excited. So I just threw it and ran off stage.
So you were like, hey, I won, now I'm done.
Yes, we've definitely.
I won and done.
Yes, one and done. Definitely grown up and matured since then for sure. No more throwing crowns.
Oh my goodness. And you've been winning ever since.
Wow.
Kind of tell us, how many more have you won down through the years?
Oh,
Okay, you won the first one.
Won the first one.
All right. How many more crowns?
Honestly, I could not tell you. I have been very blessed on my pageant journey, and the Lord is so faithful.
Mm-hmm.
And He has blessed me with amazing opportunities and amazing titles, and it's something that I'm very thankful for, and it really has given me so many connections, not only in our community, but worldwide, to really grow as a person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How many, do you know about how many crowns you've won? Do you have a ballpark figure?
No,
That many. You have won that. I mean, I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, everyone who's listening, you must go to our website, tcbbroadcasting.com. That is tcbbroadcasting.com. You've got to take a look at this beauty. I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. But I'm not going to let you leave this show until you give us a ballpark figure of about how many you won.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know, Mom. What do you think?
So
she's guessing high. Talking about maybe 200.
Well, Mom is here, and I'm gonna let her try to calculate that. And when we get to the part where we take our break, then we'll see if you can take time to come up with a number.
Okay.
But what a blessing!
Yeah.
You've won that many. So you've been in several pageants. How does that work? I mean, you're in school. Are you involved with any other activities?
So I'm actually a homeschooled student, and that really has given me the freedom to get to do all that I do and be able to do radio shows or go into schools and read books to kids. I was actually able to go in last Wednesday, a week ago today, and read a Dr. Seuss book to the kids during Dr. Seuss week, and that was so much fun, and I'm so thankful that I am able to do that. Now, pageants do consume a lot of my life, but thankfully my mom's my coach, so if I need anything, it's kind of just a quick, hey, does this look all right? And she's like, yeah or no. So that's something else that I'm very thankful for, is all that she does for me and all that she's able to do.
Wow. So have you been homeschooled all your life?
I have not. I started homeschooling in the 7th grade, and I've homeschooled ever since.
And where were you in school prior to that?
Prior to that, I went to Vidalia for all of elementary school up until 3rd grade.
Okay.
And then I moved to Robert Toombs.
Okay.
And then when I started homeschooling, when I started homeschooling, I left Robert Toombs.
You were at Robert Toombs. In
Yeah.
fact, you have brothers.
I do.
Now, tell us a little bit about your family. Now, you have how many brothers? Any sisters?
So I am the baby and the
Okay.
only girl.
I'm just trying to get it out of you. I
Yeah,
kind of know your backstory,
yes.
but I need all the other listeners to know.
Yes.
You're the only girl, and you
the
are the baby.
Yes, I'm the baby and the only
Not the
girl.
youngest, ladies and gentlemen. She's the baby.
I have 2 older brothers, Blaine Miller and Bryce Miller. And Bryce plays football at Georgia Southern. He loves it. He is a sophomore. Yeah, right? He's a sophomore. Bryce?
Okay.
He's a freshman. Just kidding.
All
I
right.
thought he was old.
Okay.
And then Blaine is a senior at Bruton Parker, and he wants to be a teacher, a history teacher. My dad is a football coach at Dodge County, and then my mom works at Bruton Parker in the post office.
Okay, so your dad was also a coach at Robert Toombs, is that
Yes,
correct?
he was. He was.
Okay. And you all have been in and around the community for years. In fact, what did you say? You were Miss Onion Sprout? What year was that?
2016. Like I said, I was Miss Vidalia Onion Sprout in 2016, and then the next year is when they changed it to like Little Miss, Junior Miss, just your typical pageant age group.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, talk to us about the divisions. All right. Do you know the various age groups of each one of those divisions?
So you have Baby Miss,
Mm-hmm.
you have Little Miss,
Mm-hmm.
Toddler Miss,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's an age group between them, but I can't remember what it is.
Okay.
And then Junior Miss, Teen Miss, and then Miss.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And I've competed in every group and only won Little Miss. And
Wow.
now Miss. Yep.
So Little Miss is the onion sprout.
Yes, that would have been Onion Sprout.
Look at here, and now you've won.
And now I've won Miss. It really was such a full circle moment.
Mhm.
Like I said, Deanna was my Miss Queen, and I really looked up to Deanna and
Mhm.
all that she was able to do for us and how she was able to lead us as a group. And now I get to do the same thing.
Mhm.
One of my younger sister queens was Jansley Odom, and now her younger sister is now one of my little sister queens. And so it really is such a full circle moment with such amazing people.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, we are talking this morning with the beautiful Miss Vidalia Onion, Miss Kylin Miller. She's 17 years old. She's homeschooled. Are you a senior in high school?
I'm a junior, but I'm on track to graduate early in the fall.
Okay. So you've been in pageants all your life and have won quite a few. But as far as the Vidalia Onion series, you've only won those twice. Okay. Well, again, this is one of those shows you don't hear me always talk about it, other than at the end of the show. But I'm really pumping this one up. You've got to go to our website, tcbbroadcasting.com, tcbbroadcasting.com, so that you can take a look at our beautiful Miss Vidalia Onion. What I want to do is I'm going to take a break, and after the break, we're going to come back, and we want to know what does it mean to be Miss Vidalia Onion. What all comes with the crown. And so, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back right after these messages.
Smarter, not harder. Here at Vidalia Federal, we are all about that phrase as we strive to make your life easier. No more drowning in paperwork or being interrogated over the idea of buying a house. Getting a home loan should be an enjoyable, simple process, not a daunting task. This is Julia McKenzie with Vidalia Federal Savings Bank, and I am here to make the mortgage process easy and simple. Come see me at the Vidalia branch on Jackson Street to talk about your next home purchase or refinance. I look forward to serving you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Celebrate good times. Come on. Happy New Year, South Georgia. This is Anthony J. with Todd Paget Housing Center, inviting you to come celebrate with us on our huge home inventory. That's right. We have a home for every budget with our wide selection of houses. So don't settle for a home from another dealership because they don't have a large selection to choose from. Come celebrate picking out your dream home at Todd Paget Housing Center, and let's have a good time. Come on. Todd Paget Housing Center, setting a new standard in the manufactured home industry this year and every year.
Southeastern Business Solutions back up and running, everybody. We have the full experience set up and ready for you. Swing by SoutheasternBusinessSolutions.com, read about it, hear about it, watch about it, experience it, and then send us a text, SEDS, to 912-423-2761. I am so ready to work with you guys. I have missed you. Give me a call.
Welcome back to this edition of Community Matters. I'm your host, the Doc, and we are here again on this beautiful Wednesday morning. And when I say beauty, I'm not playing this morning. We have the one and the only Miss Vidalia Onion. She's in the studios live in person with us, Miss Kylin Miller. So we found out that you've been doing pageants since you were 18 months. And we did get a number after squeezing you and your mom during the break. We're somewhere between 150 to 200, and you've won the bulk of those. I imagine you've got trophies everywhere.
Yes. Oh gosh, yes.
Do you have like a trophy room or Or do you just have trophies in every room?
Well, we recently moved to Alamo, so I don't anymore, but I used to when we lived in Vidalia. My dad built shelves that went all the way around my room, and I had crowns on them.
Oh my goodness. Wow, wow, wow. So for you to have as many crowns and having won as many titles as you have, I'm really shocked to see how excited you are about being Miss Vidalia Onion. Where does that come? Is this like the crown of crowns?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Like I said, I've been involved with Miss Vidalia Onion since I was little, and I've only had the opportunity to be an Onion Queen once for Vidalia.
Wow.
And I think that I'm just so excited because I love this community, and this community truly does love me back. And I just think that I'm just that much more excited about it. This really, I told my mom actually, she's probably not going to want me to say this on the radio, but I'm going to say it anyways. I text my mom Saturday after the pageant, and I was like, well, guess it's time for you to be a retired pageant mom. And she was like, oh my gosh. She was like, Kylin, the Lord is not done with you yet. And I was like, maybe he is, because I'm Miss Vidalia Onion.
Yeah.
But I'm very involved in my community, and I love to work with the community, and I just think that it's going to be such an honor and such a privilege to be Miss Vidalia Onion.
Okay, well, speaking of working with the community, you're not just beauty, you've got some brains and some brawn.
Well, I do work a lot with the community. Like I said, I've grown up here, and this community not only knows me, but knows my mom and my grandma and my entire family. So it's something that I've been very privileged to do, is work so much with them. I started my project called A Girl's Confident Christmas, where I go to the local school counselor and I get teenage girls' names that have fell under misfortunate times, and I provide Christmas presents for them and their family, and that's something that I've been able to do for the last 6 years.
Wow.
And it goes to show that not all pageant girls are your typical mean girl. Like, pageant girls are so much more than just the crown and sash on them. The crown and sash truly does give them such a voice, but so many pageant girls love their community and want to give back to their community.
Wow, wow. So this Girls Confident Christmas, is that like your nonprofit organization, or is that just the name of what you do?
So my organization is actually called Made of Lightning, A Girl's Confidence Code, and I did
say that again and say that one more time.
Made of Lightning, A Girl's Confidence Code.
Got it.
So I actually this year won interview at Miss Vidalia Onion, and it was a $500 cash scholarship. And now I'm able to turn my Made of Lightning organization into a nonprofit organization, so that I'm able to provide more for these kids and for their Christmas gifts and that kind of thing, because a lot of them do ask for their own computer or their own tablet, and that's something that the Lord has really laid on my heart to really get into the community and really work towards being able to provide those for them.
17 years old, you got your own nonprofit, you're in and around doing community service all over the community. Wow, outstanding. So where does all of this come from?
I really am thankful to have such a servant's heart. That is something that the Lord blessed me with for sure. But it really all stemmed from when I was 8, I won Miss Beauty for a Cause, which is the benefit pageant for Cruising for a Cause, and I was able to really get into my community and see the difference that I could make in it. And it brought me so much joy and really made me confident in who I was, because I was able to help somebody else. And ever since then, I've just fallen in love with the people around me and the community around me, and really being able to provide for them like they've provided for me for all my life.
Wow, wow. I heard you earlier give kudos to your mother and your father. They in fact have had several businesses here in the community, and they've kind of been instrumental in bringing you up, huh?
Yes, they definitely have. My mom and I owned a business together downtown called the Frilly South, and now I've taken it over since she started working at Bruton Parker. So that's something else that I've really been able to get into my community and really not necessarily provide for them, but just be that steady business for them.
So on top of all of that, you're a business owner as well.
Yes. It's a lot of hats to juggle, but I wouldn't want it any other way.
Wow, wow, outstanding. So, Miss Vidalia Onion, Miss Vidalia Onion, is it setting in yet?
No, not. It still hasn't set in. As many times as I've said it in this interview and you've said it, it still has not set in.
Well, let me ask you this: where do you go from here? Okay, you've won, and you know it is resonating, and we get it. You know, this is like the top crown for you.
Yeah.
But so, where do you go from here? Is it Miss Georgia, or is it Miss America, Miss Universe? Where are we headed?
So actually not with this title, but with another title that I have. I am Miss Heart of Georgia Teen USA, and
Wow.
so I'm going to Miss Georgia Teen USA in July. So
Wow,
yeah.
my goodness. So that's where, I mean, that's getting to be big, right?
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
That's all over Georgia.
All over Georgia.
Oh my goodness. So for Miss Vidalia Onion, let's just back up. How many young ladies were in that? How many young ladies did you compete against?
There were 6 girls, including myself,
Okay.
and I was actually so privileged to be able to compete with one of my childhood best friends, JC. We've done the pageant together all of our lives, and we got to compete in Miss together, and that was such a memorable moment for sure.
Okay. How many girls total for the whole pageant?
I want to say there was close to 80 or 90.
Oh
There
my
was closer
goodness.
to 90, yeah.
90 girls.
90 girls.
And you got the crown of them all.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, it really still has not set in. Like, this is crazy. I am Miss Vidalia Onion.
Outstanding. Well, let me ask you this. For all of the young ladies who are listening, or the mothers who are out there listening, what do they tell their daughters who might aspire to be a beauty queen?
You're not going to win every pageant that you're in. And moms, really be careful with what you say to your daughters, because every word sits with them, I promise. I have been on this journey, like I said, since I was 18 months, and the past probably 6 or 7 years really have not been full of shiny hats for me. It has been full of a lot of tears, and it's been hard. It has. I mean, when I was younger, it was just one of those things where winning was just what I did. I mean, it's
You
just,
won your first pageant.
it's just what the Lord did, you know. But I think the Lord really just had to make me step back and realize, like, pageantry is not about winning. Pageantry is about making yourself and other girls feel confident in who they are.
Wow.
And I really do believe that I'm in the pageant world not only to be a title holder and be a voice for other girls, but to share what the Lord did for us. I really do think that I'm in the pageant world for so much more than just being a title holder.
Wow. There's one thing that thank you for sharing that. There's one thing that as I'm listening to you, I keep giving you credit for winning, but you keep saying what the Lord did.
Yeah, this is definitely not me. I am beyond thankful that the Lord chose me to be His pillar for this and be His vessel for this, but it really is all Him. Like, I could not do this without Him at all.
It's a greater cause then.
Oh, so much. It definitely is a greater cause. It's not about winning for me. It's about who I can share what the Lord did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, He's getting the glory.
Yes, He is, for sure.
And here you are on Community Matters with the Doc, and we are sharing for all of the world to hear just what God is capable of doing. You can come from a small community, and God can take you places that you cannot even imagine.
Yeah.
And now here we are looking at you. Today you are Miss Vidalia Onion, but tomorrow you could be Miss Teen, what is it?
Georgia
USA?
Teen USA.
Georgia Teen USA. And then from there you could be, what's next? What's the
Then the next
the
would
adult
be
crown?
Miss Teen USA.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next would be Miss Teen Universe.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the top.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, when I age up into Miss,
Okay.
it would be the same process, just in Miss, not in Teen.
So you'd be Miss
Georgia USA, then Miss USA,
Uh-huh.
then
Miss Universe.
Miss Universe, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And I mean, I may never reach that level, but I truly believe that if I were to be on a higher level winner, yes, that would give me so much more of a platform to talk about what the Lord has done for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think it all stems from being involved in your community and loving on your community, because the people around you are truly the people that are going to love you back.
Wow. I couldn't have said it better. Being here on, Community Matters, that's what this show is all about. Promoting the goodness of our community, of which I feel like we live in the best community in the whole world. And it's just a blessing to have Miss Vidalia Onion with us. Wow. So now that you have the title, what all comes with it? What are the requirements? What is it for you to do now that you wear the crown?
So, of course, we'll have the Vidalia Onion Festival at the end of April.
Okay.
And that's something I'm very excited for. I've been to pretty much every onion festival, and I've been able to enjoy it, but never as Miss Vidalia Onion. So I'm definitely excited to see what that brings.
Right.
I've always told everyone since I was little that one day, because I'm very determined, and when I set my mind to something, I'm going to achieve it.
Yeah.
And so I've always told everyone when I was Miss Vidalia Onion that I was going to bite into a raw onion, and now here I am, Miss Vidalia Onion, and now I don't want to do it.
We're going to hold you to it. We're holding you to it.
Oh.
Beauty and all.
Oh, Lord. Oh.
Wow. Are you going to ride with the Blue Angels?
I may not ride with them. I'm a little scared of heights, and I would probably puke.
No.
It's the motion sickness for me.
Wow.
But I definitely am so excited that I went on a year when they're going to be here, so I'm able to go watch the show. I'm very excited. You get to
actually go and hang out with them
Yes.
at the private reception and everything.
I'm so excited.
Outstanding. This is wonderful. Wonderful. Well, again, we're just so grateful to have you on the show. You are the 2024 Miss Vidalia Onion, none other than Miss Kylin Miller, and 17 years old, and you are representing our community with beauty and grace and elegance. Any final words you want to say to our listeners out there?
I'm so excited for the Onion Festival, and I cannot wait to meet all of you.
Okay. So when you say meet everybody, so they can walk up to you and shake your hand and take pictures?
Oh my gosh, of course. I'm probably one of the most outgoing people you'll ever meet, and I've never met a stranger. So if you see me in public, I'm going to be upset if you don't speak. So probably come up to me and speak.
All right. Well, you might have your entourage around you with some bodyguards and stuff. All right. So you've heard it here from Ms. Vidalia Onion right here on Community Matters. Thank you for coming in.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Yes. And to all of our listeners, thank you for listening on today. As always, we thank Miss Dorothy Davis, especially on this morning, for recording this. And you can go and see it on our website, tcbbroadcasting.com. That is tcbbroadcasting.com. And please go to our website, and you can see the beautiful Miss Vidalia Onion. Wow. All right. So, again, that's tcbbroadcasting.com. Go to the website. Do you have a website or anything? How does, or did they just go to the Vidalia Sweet Onion Festival website to see your photos? How?
You can
Facebook
go
page,
on, yes, I was about to say, you can go on the Facebook page, and it's just called, I think it's just called Miss Vidalia Onion Pageant.
Okay.
And you can see all of our pictures on there, me and all my sister queens.
Got it. Wow.
And, yeah.
Okay, and we do want to give a shout out for the directress of the Vidalia Onion Festival, and that is Miss
Kylin Nestor. She does an amazing job of really taking care of her girls and really making the pageant days run smooth.
All right, thank you, Miss Nestor, and I actually know her, and nice young lady who does a lot for the community as well. All right, thank you again, and thank you to our producer, none other than Miss Robin Crabb, for always being here making this show possible. And again, I thank you for listening. We are so happy to have you with us. This has been another edition of Community Matters. I'm your host, The Doc. Come back again on next Wednesday, where we will have another great show. Don't know if it'll be as good as this one, but come on back and let's see if we can't top it. Until then, everyone take care and God bless.
You've been listening to Community Matters with host Tony Doc Wardlaw, sponsored by Todd Paget Housing Center in Claxton and by Vidalia Federal in Lyons and Vidalia. Tune in again next week to see what is happening in our community on Community Matters, a service of TCB Broadcasting.